I started applying the foam to it, as you can tell. The foam and a coating of this undercast padding, which isn't what I thought it was. But you know what? It looks pretty good. And what I think I can do with this is, I'm just kind of filling in. I had a hard time cutting the foam. What I think I can do with this is make some kind of paper mache maybe. Hit it with some paint, maybe some sealant. Harden this up, because right now this is really thin. It's like a really thin felt. But I figured I'll get a whole coat on, try and make it look like a body. Up here I'm gonna have to bring all this down. I'm gonna have to get some kind of maybe some kind of shrink wrap and just bring it all down. And if I have to redo the whole thing and bring it down again, that's fine, because this is just a test. I want little pieces hanging off, so this is a test too. So that's where I started. I'll do the lower body and I'll just start foaming out, adding muscle. What I've been doing is just folding the stuff. I can fold it long ways and then wrap around it, and I can build muscle tone just with this stuff. I think I have enough of it. But this is only like 3 or 4 rolls, and I only use that much because I had to fill in a few places because I don't have the proper cutting tool for this thickness of foam. You really need a wire cutter, and I didn't have one. I had to use a jigsaw and a knife. But it worked out okay. Cutting the smaller parts that I need for the lower part are next. And for the arm, I found this wrapping, which it's arm protectant that I got once for free in a factory I worked in. It helps to protect from plastic burns. But I feel I can put this and then wrap around it, and that's good filling for that. I got 2 of them, so I'll be doing that side too. Start doing the legs. The feet I'll leave for last. I'm probably going to leave the whole bottom part for last, because this is where the motor is going to be. And I'll probably leave part of the arms for last. So see you in a few. So now I've started mounting the arm. Before I texture over it, this is how I'm going to mount the arm. But they'll be extended out like a mummy. And I'm going to build them up around here to, this will barely be seen. It'll look like a muscled arm, kind of. And this will be a little smaller and going into this size. I have a lot of material to work with, so it should go pretty easy. This was just a test to see how it would go. It'll be good, and I'll have to get some kind of spray lacquer thinner when I'm done. After, I'll do some painting, spray painting, and then lacquer thinner when I'm done. Worst comes to worst, I use paper mache, but I shouldn't have to. Next, I'll do this arm, and then work on getting the lower torso ready. Started wrapping the upper torso. Just a nice thick layer. I still have to go through and fix a couple spots, obviously. But I did a pretty good job, and I left an opening to get to the screws. So when I move it out, the arms will just drop down, and it'll be easier to get to the door. And then from there I could go on to finishing the head. Alright, so I bought a head for the mummy. I'm going to use this head. It's like a hard plastic, so it'll be good in the weather. It is kind of heavy, but it lights up and it fogs, so I think it'll be really good as a head up there. Now there's going to be some shaking. I'm a little concerned about, because the water level's up to here, so I might have to make something else to hold the water inside the skull, because this thing is going to have a little bit of movement up there. I'm afraid it might tilt, but we'll see. I'm going to get the head up there first, but I thought I'd give you a heads up to show you what it's going to look like in the dark. Alright, that's it in complete dark. But when the light comes on, it looks really cool. Different colors, and it just uses regular water, which I think is really cool. And if that apparatus inside breaks, I can get another one for like $5 online. So it's really good. I kind of like it. It'll make a great skull. Picture little bit of mummy stuff around it, you know, the cloth. It's going to be attached to the head up there. And what's going to happen is somebody's going to walk by the mummy. The mummy's going to be in complete darkness. And then as soon as you walk by, it's going to light up. The skull's going to turn on immediately. I think it's all going to turn on at once, and there's going to be sound of a horrifying mummy, and then the leg's going to move extremely fast, and then there's going to be a spotlight turning on it. So it's going to look like he's running right at you, with his eyes changing and his head smoking. I thought it was the perfect skull. Just give you a finishing look at the skull. The next time you see it, it'll be mounted on top of the mummy with some bandages around it. He'll have a neck under him. I'm going to have to seal this because water bubbles up. So this is going to be permanently sealed on. I'll have to always add water through the eye, which is fine. It'll cause less mess. Let's turn it off a second. Can you see that? That down there is the light and the cooker that boils the water instantly that makes it smoke. So it comes in and out. The water's still cold. Still very cold water. But the water is just in the skull, and I'm going to have to probably drill through here to mount it to the base. You know, I don't want to clamp it. It still might fall over. So I might have to actually put something else to hold the water inside to put the thing in, get it to smoke. As long as it still comes out the eyes, that's all I care about. Alright. I put the head on, mounted it to wood. It's pretty sturdy. I'm going to put foam around here to make the neck look better. All this back here really won't be visible because this will be wrapped. This won't. Looking pretty good. Wanted him in its whole pose to be exaggerated, and I think it's really good. Because most of you would be from about right here, from a little kid's view. People walk by and the motion sensor will go off. His head will light up and start smoking, and his legs will start kicking really fast. Then I'm going to mount a speaker back here that will have drones and screams. I downloaded some earlier for free. And that's for that. I'll get back in a bit. I'm gonna start bandaging the neck and face. And then I'll start working on the legs again. I have to make feet, so that should be interesting. I think I'm going to use some of these bit pieces I have. I got a lot of these. Alright. See you soon. Alright. Started to bandage his body and his legs. Had to add some legs and with duct tape and some wood in there. Make his legs look a little thicker. Although he is exaggerated. I did start texturing, which this will all look better once I start painting. And there's his skull. Doesn't have water in it yet. It's not ready to light up, and this is all going to be detailed in, but pretty much the rough wrap of the full body except for the feet. Looks like he has a long neck. I kind of like that look. I can always bring this down. There's a wire up here for the power. But this will be all detailed in. I'm very happy with it. And there you go. See you soon for the next video, part 3 of the Mummy Build.
And thanks for joining us tonight. And remember, please like, share, and subscribe. And don't lose your head. Ha 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 ha.
Real?
You had it on, paint a picture. Till I put